Level 1, the Telpokiakwi. You are 15 years old. Your head is shaved this morning, not by your mother, by a stranger with a stone blade. You do not wince. You were told not to. The Telpa Kali, the House of Youth, takes you from your family today. Not for months, for years. Tenochtitlan holds 200,000 people on an island in a lake. No city in Europe is larger. The Templo Mayor rises 60 meters above the central plaza. You have passed it every morning of your life. Its shadow reaches you before sunrise. You wake at 4 a.m. You sweep the stone courtyard. You carry water from the canal. You carry firewood from the storage wall. You carry adobe bricks for the repair crew. You carry manure from the animal pens. You spread it across the garden beds before the sun clears the eastern pyramid. A senior warrior places a macuahuitl in your hands. Ochre, obsidian edge on both sides. 1.8 kilograms. You're not permitted to swing it. You hold it at attention while he demonstrates a disarming sequence on a training post. 40 minutes. Your arms shake at minute 22. He does not stop. At the fourth sequence, he uses you instead of the post. You go down. Your lip splits on the stone floor. No one reacts. The lecture continues. At days, a veteran removes his battle ornaments in the main hall. 6 captives to his name. Jade, labrate below the lip. Turquoise ears pools the width of your thumb. A lip plug carved in the shape of a serpent's head. Each piece came from a living man delivered to the Templo Mayor. No kills count. No captives yet. Only living bodies count in this system. You have 0. A runner arrives at midday. 3 minutes with the head instructor. A new flower war against Tlaxcala has been declared. Level 2, the Quetzalcoatl aspirant. You are 17 years old. This is your first campaign. You carry the supply pack of a warrior named Itzcoatl's nephew. He has 4 captives. He does not speak to you. 4 days to the Tlaxcalan border. Your sandals split on day 2. You do not report this. You arrive bleeding and say nothing. The Zakiayotl, the flower war, opens at dawn on day 5. 10,000 warriors on the plain. You are in the 4th formation row. From the 4th row you watch the macuahuitl lines close. From the 4th row you watch an Atlotl shaft take a man in the shoulder at 60 meters. From the 4th row you watch your target break your grip and walk free. From the 4th row you watch Itzcoatl's nephew bind the same man in 4 seconds. You stand 6 meters back, empty-handed. The rule of the flower war is capture, never kill. A dead body cannot climb the Templo Mayor's steps. Its blood hits the stone and vanishes. A living man feeds Tonitiyu. The priests need him conscious. The flat edge of the macuahuitl incapacitates. The obsidian blade almost never touches a human body. You forgot the flat edge. You swung the blade. Itzcoatl's nephew saw it. For days back, his pack on your back again. His captive roped to his belt. At the victory feast in Tenochtitlan, the captors stand in the front row, named one by one. You eat in a side room with the kitchen workers. No title. No warrior designación. Your birth name, once from an instructor checking attendance. 3 failed campaigns. That is the ceiling. After 3, warrior markings are permanently forbidden. The instructors say this once. They do not repeat themselves. Level 3, the Yayizki. You're 19 years old. 1 campaign behind you. 2 remain before the limit closes. This time you carry your own macuahuitl. The handle is marked with your personal glyph. 2 lines, 1 circle, carved by the Telpa Kali stoneworker in exchange for 3 months of canal labor. It is yours. You cross the Tlaxcalan plain under Atlotl fire. The Atlotl extends a spear's range to 50 meters. The projectile arrives before the sound. The warrior to your right takes one in the shoulder and does not break stride. You file this. Your target separates from his unit near a dry riverbed. Your age. Moving east toward the supply line. You come in low behind a scrub ridge. No unknown cement. You strike the back of his right knee with the flat edge. He drops. You are on him in 2 seconds. His macuahuitl pinned under his own body. You pull his right arm back and behind. You learn that a shoulder joint fails at a specific angle. You learn that binding cord takes 3 attempts when your hands are wet. You learn that a man stops resisting when he calculates the distance home. You learn that feeding him keeps him strong enough to walk all 4 days. Second night, he tries to escape. You tie his ankle to yours. No deep sleep until the causeway is in sight. Fourth day, he stops pulling. He eats the tamale you hand him. He asks you something in Nahuatl. His dialect is close enough. He wants to know if it will hurt. You say yes. At the Exipla ceremony, he is painted blue from skull to soul. He walks to the base of the Templo Mayor on his own feet. He climbs 360 stone steps. At the summit, the priest opens his chest with an obsidian tech paddle. The heart goes up toward Tonadiu. The sun needs blood to cross the sky. Without it, the sun stops at noon and does not rise again. You watch from the summit platform. His eyes stay open until the fourth cut. You flinch. That evening, your first lip plug. Amber, the smallest size they make. You press it through the piercing below your lower lip. The Telpacali record reads, 1 captive. 3 more, and you are permitted to wear the Ichkawapili. 2 inches of quilted cotton soaked in saltwater brine. You have watched it stop an obsidian point at full swing. You have 3 campaigns left to find out what it feels like from the inside. Level 4, the Tlamani. You are 22 years old. 3 captives. For campaigns. Your status inside the Telpacali has shifted without announcement. Junior warriors move aside in the corridor. Instructors call you by your warrior designation, not your birth name. You are permitted to wear the Ichkawapili now. 2 inches of quilted cotton soaked in saltwater brine, compressed and stitched into 22 horizontal rows. For kilograms dry. Heftier vet. It will stop an obsidian point driven at full swing from 2 meters. It will not stop an atlatl shaft. You sleep in it twice a week until the cotton conforms to your body. The Telpacali assigns you to the new intake. 15-year-olds with freshly shaved heads and blank tilmatlii. You recognize their eyes. You do not tell them it becomes easier. You tell them to carry the pack without adjusting the straps. Adjusting waists 4 seconds per mile. They nod. They adjust the straps the moment you look away. You teach the swing with the flat edge. You teach the grip at the wrist before the man drops. You teach the 4-day walk with a captive rope to your belt. You teach the ankle cord on the second night, because the second night is when they try. 2 of the 12 in this intake will not bring anyone back from their first campaign. You can already identify which 2. Your amber lip plug is replaced. Turquoise now. Larger diameter. You feel the weight difference when you turn your head quickly. The Tlakaxipolisli begins on the first day of the second month. 20 days honoring Zype Totek, the flayed god of renewal. A captive is sacrificed at the Templo Mayor summit. His skin is removed in one piece. It is carried down and handed to you. You are expected to wear it. The skin is loose across your forearms on day 1. It tightens across your shoulders by day 3. By day 12, it has hardened into the exact shape of your body. You return it to the priests on day 20. The smell does not leave your hands on day 20. On day 30, you stop checking. Word circulates after the campaign season closes. The Quatli Order and the Ocelotl Order are accepting petitions. Minimum for captives. You have 3. Level 5, the Aspirant. You're 25 years old. 5 campaigns. 5 deliveries to the Templo Mayor. You stand before the Kuatlatoni, the Eagle Speaker, in the entrance hall of the Kuakali. He is 50 years old. His face has the specific flatness of a man who has ordered the deaths of men he personally trained. He reads your battle record in silence for 7 minutes. Then he asks you to name them. You name the first, the Tlaxcalan, the Border Road, Campaign Year 3, right knee, amber cord. You name the second, the Huigzincan, the River Crossing, Year 4, shoulder joint, hemp rope, 3 attempts to bind. You name the third, the Tlaxcalan, the Dry Plain, Year 5, shin strike, double bind at wrists and ankles. You name the fourth, the Coastal Scout, Year 6, atlatl wound already in his left thigh when you found him, single wrist tie, 2 days march. You name the fifth, the Cullolan, the Mountain Pass, Year 7, 3 missed grips, brought back with his own rope. He writes nothing. He remembers everything. You fast 3 days in the Kuakali. Water twice per day. Stone floor. One blanket. The second night, you count the ceiling seams. On the morning of day 3, a novice brings a clay bowl. Real cacao, ground dried chili, and crushed vanilla folded into the liquid. Only priests and elite warriors drink cacao. You drink it in 4 swallows. Your hands are steady. The eagle headdress requires 2 men to fit. 150 individual feathers, each tied with cotton thread to a wicker frame. The open beak runs from your chin to above your forehead. Your face sits inside the bird's mouth. The full suit adds 15 kilograms. You walk in it for an hour before the fitting is complete. Your new quarters sit 40 meters from the base of the Templo Mayor. Stone walls. Your own hearth. A carved wooden post by the door. That is where the suit goes. Your mother visits the following week. She crosses the room to the post. She reaches out and touches the beak. She says nothing. Her hands shake. One of the 5 petitioners beside you is rejected. For captives, ruled insufficient on account of a conduct report from the Tlaxcalan campaign of year 6. He is escorted to the door of the Cuacali. He does not speak. He does not look back. He will train younger warriors for the rest of his career. He will not petition again. Eagle warriors do not capture. They hold the front line. They break formations. Other warriors bring living men back through the gaps the Cuatli create. The casualty rate for Cuatli in a full flower war engagement runs above 40%. Level 6, the Cuatli. You are 27 years old. You eat cacao at morning formation now. You eat turkey at the monthly Commander's Council. You eat dog meat at the victory ceremony below the Templo Mayor steps. You eat from the same communal bowl as the senior priests at the rededication feast. Commoners sit on the ground level at public ceremony. You sit on the raised stone platform 12 steps above them. This did not happen gradually. It happened the morning the eagle's suit went on the post. Your unit, 20 Cuatli. Your position, front left of the full army formation. Your objective, break the Tlaxcalan right flank. Not capture, not hold. Break the flank. Open the gap. Let the middle column through. That is all. The Tlaxcalan right flank is 800 men. They see the eagle headdresses at 200 meters. They tighten formation. You cover 40 meters of open ground under Otlotl fire before contact. 3 of your 20 go down in that 40 meters. You close the remaining gap in 11 seconds. You hit their line at full speed with your chamali forward. The impact travels through the wood, through your forearm, through your shoulder, into your jaw. You do not stop. You swing. You step left. You push. You open space. The middle column pours through. 20 minutes later, the Tlaxcalan right flank is in fragments. Your unit, 8 casualties from 20. You find 2 cuts on your left forearm only when the engagement ends. You have no memory of taking them. You wrap them with the cloth strip kept inside the Ichkawapili. 7th and 8th captives from this campaign. At the victory ceremony, you stand in your eagle suit in the front row of the Cuatli line. The Huey Teolatoni, the great speaker, the Emperor King, moves along the platform during the procession. He reaches your position. He looks at you. He nods once. The youngest man in your unit who died today was 21 years old. He took his first captive 6 months ago. You taught him the final 10-meter close before contact. He executed it correctly. The Otlotl shaft came from 50 meters. There was no defending it. There was no adjusting. After the ceremony, a figure approaches from the left edge of the platform. No hadres, no feathers, skull shaved clean. One long lock hanging from the left side. His left half is painted blue, azurite ground into pine resin. His right half is yellow, ochre mixed with fat. He stops 1 meter from your face. He says 4 words. We watch you hold. Level 7, the Quachik. You are 31 years old. The unit commander shaves your skull himself. Not an instructor. Not a junior warrior. The commander. Stoneblade. For minutes. He leaves 1 lock on the left side. You do not ask why. The lock is what they will carry if you die. Your left half is painted blue. Azurite ground into pine resin. It bonds to skin within 1 hour. Water does not remove it. Light does not remove it. It fades over 3 months. It is reapplied. Your right half is ochre ground into animal fat. Left blue, right yellow. You walk through the Telpakali the following morning. Everyone sees. No one speaks. You're given a wooden stake. 1.2 meters. Sharpened at one end. For meters of rope. No chamali issued. No supply pack. The macuahuitl is your own. The vow. Stake into the ground. Rope to the ankle. You do not untie until the engagement ends or you are dead. That is not a rule. That is the position. First battle is Quachik. A Tlaxcalan countercharge breaks the secondary line at midday. You hear it before you see it. 240 warriors in the secondary line run backward for 40 seconds, then break entirely. The ground in front of you opens. You drive your stake in. 10 Quachik drive, there's beside you. Then 9. One man drives his stake. Pauses. Pulls it out. Follows the retreating line. You file this. 40 meters of open ground. 4 separate assaults over 90 minutes. The first, 6 Tlaxcalan warriors. You hold. The second, 8 men, 1 carrying an otlotl. You hold. The third, for men. 2 of you 10 go down. You hold. The fourth assault runs 11 men against 8 of you. In the 6th exchange, a macuahuitl catches your left shoulder. Obsidian opens the muscle from collarbone to blade. Your right hand covers it. You do not kneel. You are tied to a stake. Kneeling is not a permitted position. The Tlaxcalan countercharge exhausts itself in the 4th assault. The secondary line, once it realizes what held, forms up and comes back through the gap you kept open. After the battle, the man who pulled his stake is brought before the commander in the open field, in front of all remaining Quachik. The commander does not speak. He draws his tech paddle. Obsidian, ceremonial grade, the same material, the same purpose it has always been used for. The man swore the same vow you swore the morning your head was shaved. The tech paddle is used in accordance with the vow. 3 days after the column returns to Tenochtitlan, the Huey Telatoni summons you to the palace. He is building an army for a campaign along the eastern coast. He asks how many Quachik can be deployed. You say all of them. Level 8, the Tlacacol cattle. You're 37 years old. You have not held a macuahuitl in personal combat in 4 years. Your battlefield is supply chains. You command 8,000 warriors. Your first captive was 16 years ago. You do not think about him. 20,000 tamales per day. That is the coastal campaign's daily food requirement. Each tamale wrapped in maize husk. Each husk counted before the column moves. A warrior who marches hungry drops his average from 6 kilometers per hour to 4. A warrior who runs out of water fails on day 3. The campaign fails on day 3. You place forward Quachik units 2 days ahead of the main column. They move at night. They identify water sources. They count roads. They do not engage. They return at dawn. You adjust the column's route before the captains eat breakfast. You coordinate with the Paktika. Merchant spies. They entered the target provinces 3 years before this campaign, carrying trade goods and train memory. They counted soldiers at the East Gate at midday. They counted soldiers at the East Gate at sunset. They counted granary locations. They counted river crossings. 3 years of counting. Their reports arrive in bundles. You read them in order. Their information is more valuable than anything in your supply train. Your interrogation of a captured enemy scout takes 1 hour and 40 minutes. Notikbatl. Fatigue. Water deprivation. The calculation that he returns to his own village in whatever condition you send him. His information matches the Paktika reports in 14 of 17 details. War Council at first light. 12 unit captains. You distribute objectives. You do not seek consensus. The meeting takes 11 minutes. 60 days through coastal terrain. No roads for the final 20 days. The army cuts through forest with macuahuitl edges and bare hands. 300 warriors dead from fever before the first engagement. You report the number to the Siwakotl. The column does not pause. 1,400 captives delivered to Tenochtitlan from this campaign. You stand at the Templo Mayor rededication. The rows of bound men stretch past the sight line of the Eastern Plaza. The priests operate at the summit for 6 hours. The pyramid steps are wet from the second hour onward. A unit captain made an unauthorized retreat during the coastal engagement. His withdrawal opened a 200-meter gap in the eastern flank. 40 of your men died in that gap. You strip his rank in the central plaza at peak morning traffic. You remove his eagle insignia. You take his lip plug from his face. He has 4 children. They stand at the outer edge of the crowd. You do it in front of all of them because that is what the rank costs. A runner arrives from the coast while the rededication ceremony is still ongoing. The year is 1519. Men on the coast. Full metal armor, head to foot. Structures floating on the water large enough to carry hundreds. Animals 4 times the height of a man, ridden by the metal men. Weapons that produce fire, thunder, and a wound at 40 meters from a single operation. You send the runner back for a second account. The second account arrives 6 days later. It matches the first in every detail. Level 9, the last campaign. You're 45 years old. The year is 1520. The disease arrives before any army. 1 infected soldier from the Narvaez expedition. Smallpox, fever by day 2, skin eruption by day 3, full body blistering by day 5, death by day 14. No Ichkawapili slows it. No formation repels it. A third of Tenochtitlan is dead before the Spanish reach the causeways. You lose 3 unit captains. You lose 1/3 of your Quachik. You lose your sister. There's steel armor. The obsidian edge slides off it at full swing. The Macuahuitl's flat edge still breaks bone through the metal. The equation has changed, not ended. You target exposed joints. You target the backs of knees. You target the neck above the gorget. You file every gap. Their horses cover 60 kilometers per hour on open ground. Your fastest runner covers 12. You destroy open ground. You flood the causeways. You break the bridges. You channel the horses into the canal network where they cannot turn. Some drown in the armor. Some do not. Their harquebus produces sound that arrives after the projectile. You learn the firing sequence in 2 months. You learn the weapon requires 20 seconds to reload. You learn the man holding it cannot reload while running. Most of your men do not survive 2 months. June 30th, 1520. The Spanish attempt a night withdrawal across the Tlacopan Causeway with the treasury of Tenochtitlan loaded onto their horses and soldiers. You have men on the northern platform. 800 Spanish soldiers go into the water. They sink under the weight of gold they refuse to leave. 600 Tlaxcalan allies drown with them. You watch from a northern platform. You have been awake for 38 hours. You do not sit. They come back. May 1521. Cortez returns with 80,000 Tlaxcalan warriors who know every street in this city. They know where the fresh water enters from the Chapultepec aqueduct. They know which canals connect to the lake's open water. They know which grain storage houses can be burned without losing the surrounding block. They have traded here for 100 years. They know it better than some of your own captains. You fight block by block, market stall to market stall, canal wall to canal wall. You fight for the Tlatelolco grain house for 4 days. You hold it. The grain is gone by day 2, burned from the inside, not taken. You fight for the northern canal crossing 7 times. You take it back 5 of the 7. On the 6th, you do not take it back. The Templo Mayor falls June 10th, 1521. You are at the northern canal 1 kilometer away. You hear it in the percussion of the stonework coming down. You know the sound of that stone. Cuauhtémoc is captured on the lake on August 13th, 1521. A Spanish brigantine cuts off his canoe near Tlatelolco. He is not hiding. He is moving toward the northern shore to reorganize the remaining units. They pull him onto the deck. The city falls. A Spanish priest climbs to the summit of the Templo Mayor 3 days after the capture. He carries the obsidian tech paddle, the sacrificial knife that has opened 10,000 chests for Tonitiuh since the temple's rededication. He throws it from the summit platform. 60 meters. The lake takes it. The lake keeps it. The stones of the Templo Mayor are being cataloged and numbered. They will build a cathedral on this ground. For a king across an ocean, you have never seen, whose name you have heard twice and still cannot hold in your mouth. You are old. You sit in what was the great market at Tlatelolco. 20,000 buyers on a peak day 4 years ago. Cotton, cacao, jade, gold dust sold by the quill. Every product from every province of the Triple Alliance. Replaced now by a Spanish construction grid. Rope lines, chalk marks, new streets in a pattern no canal was ever meant to follow. A boy sits 30 meters to your left. 15 years old. Head shaved this morning. You can tell by the nicks at the base of his skull. Carrying water for the construction crew in a clay jug. His right sandal is torn. He has not reported it. His jaw is forward. He is watching the Spanish foreman work. He is counting the beams going up. He is measuring the distance between posts without a rope. He carries the jug without adjusting the strap. For seconds, save per load. He is already doing the math. He was you. You were him. The cycle continues.